Hello everybody, welcome back to another brand new playthrough. This is what I like to call Final Fantasy IX Alternate Fantasy. Now, this isn't gonna be this won't be your kind of sort of ordinary playthrough of Final Fantasy IX. There are a couple things I want to go over and kind of explain before I go into this. Because of what's going to be happening here. So I'm going to take a couple minutes and do that. But for those on YouTube who don't want to listen to the explanation, there should be a timestamp that should be popping up right about now, and you can go to that when I actually start playing the game. But for those who want to hear the explanation, or those who have no choice in the matter, here it is. So basically, this is a modded playthrough. Now, I've done modded playthroughs in the past. This kind of falls more in line with my Legend of Dragoon Enhanced Edition of playthrough, where I utilize a difficulty modifier to enhance the game, make things harder, open up other options, etc, etc, etc. Although there's more to this than just a simple difficulty enhancement. It's much more this time around. So basically, here's how this is going to be working. There's two mods in play here. The first mod that's going to be used, which is required to have in order to get the second mod to work, is something called the Maguri mod. Now, some of you have probably heard of what that is. Some of you probably never even heard of what that is. I'm gonna briefly and loosely explain at least the important bits of what each mod does. I'll leave the finer points for you to check out later, but I'll try to do my best to explain the important bits. So basically, with the Maguri mod, if you look at the official remasters we got of Final Fantasy IX for the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Steam, you'll notice that all of the character models got like got the remastered treatment. They're like super high res, they're super high def, they look very crisp and clean. However, that was it. None of the backgrounds, none of the textures, none of the environments, none of that got the remastered treatments, which they should have gotten. So you have all these high res, high def, super crisp and clean models fighting, interacting, and whatnot on ugly, low-res, pixelated, like 1999 backgrounds, and it's just not. It's not a good. It's very ugly visually, and this is extremely apparent in the Final Fantasy VIII remaster we got a couple years later. But so. Yeah, it's not a good experience visually. However, the Maguri mod fixes all that. What the Maguri mod does is it updates all those textures, all those backgrounds, all those environments, and gives them their proper remastered treatments. It puts them on par with the character models, and it looks super nice. It's a huge difference visually, and you'll see it when we get into the game. If you go to the website for this mod, you'll see before and after pictures that will show you what the game looked like before the mod and what it looked like after the mod. It also adjusts some of the text to make it more faithful to the PS1 original, which is nice. I believe it does, at least if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've looked at the website. It adds 30 FPS video for the movie cinematics, which, as you can tell from the opening sequences right now, which is super smooth. But I did notice one little thing when I was testing this a couple weeks ago. I noticed that the audio falls out of sync a little bit with the video. Now, I don't know if that's because it's not the videos are now in 30 FPS, or if it's caused by bits of lag, because using this mod does make little spikes of lag here and there. But it's very minor to look over compared to all the other benefits that this mod brings in. It also features reorchestrated music, as you can tell from the opening theme, for the menu theme. Now, I don't think all of the music got reorchestrated. I don't think it did. But I know the ordinary battle music got reorchestrated, I believe. And I'm pretty sure the boss music got reorchestrated. I didn't get to an actual boss with the actual boss thing when I was testing this out. So I only tested it out up until Evil Forest. But Meguri mod adds in a bunch of other things, but I feel like those are less important. So I will be leaving the link to the mod in the description, and it'll be there for the entire playthrough. So if you want to check it out whenever you want, it'll be there. So the second mod that we're going to be using happens to be the namesake of the playthrough. It's called Alternate Fantasy. This is the mod that made me decide to do a second playthrough on, because I have done a playthrough of this before when this first came out on PS4 all those years ago. And in my eyes, I saw nothing wrong with it, and it was kind of hard for me to come up with an excuse to make it reasonable to myself to justify a second playthrough, because I didn't see anything wrong with the first one, and added texture or enhanced textures and commentary this time around, because there was no commentary before. Wasn't enough for me to come back. This mod changes that. The Alternate Fantasy mod brings in a ton of gameplay changes. Abilities have been tweaked. I think some abilities just got flat out removed. I think there are new abilities too, new spells, new blue magic, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think there is. Trances were adjusted. I'm not sure how trances were adjusted. Some other little gameplay hacks got adjusted, like the famous Cotton Road money trick that got nerfed. I'm not sure how much of a nerf that got, but it definitely got nerfed according to the logs for this mod. I'll be referencing my first playthrough, because I did do the Cotton Road money trick on my first playthrough, so I'll be referencing that to see how much of a nerf that got, and I'll explain more about that money trick when we get to the point when it becomes doable, if you don't know what it is. Let's see, there is a bunch of new dialogue in the game now that had been previously hidden away by developers, probably because they could squeeze it in, or for whatever reason developers decided to hide it away. So, for instance, there's a new bit of dialogue between Vivi and Puck just before you go into Alexandria Castle, and I'll be sure to point that out because it's unmissable. Let's see. There are new mini games, which is interesting. I'm not sure what those mini games are. I didn't really look into the page fully, but there are new mini games if I read it correctly. There are 3 to 4 new optional bosses that you can fight at the end of the game, so it's not just Hades and Ozma anymore, which is also interesting. Enemies are made harder, so there's the difficulty of the game is hard. Obviously, the difficulty got ramped up. I'm not sure how much of a difficulty spike the game has been given because of this mod, but it's definitely noticeable if you've played through the game before. Let's see. What else? One of the biggest things that really made me go for this mod is the fact that you can actually recruit Beatrix in your party. That's probably the biggest thing that played the most factor in me of doing this, because Beatrix is like my favorite Final Fantasy IX character, and it sucks you only used her twice in the original, and when you did use her, she was very restricted. This mod actually lets you recruit her in your party. Now, you always had a way to get her into your party before via use of hacks or cheat codes, but this mod doesn't do that. This actually lets you recruit her, and it actually makes it look official. She joins your party, you can adjust her equipment, you can have her learn new abilities, you can actually level her up. I believe she has her own trance, which is interesting. She didn't have a trance in the originals, I believe. So that's an interesting aspect. I'm not quite sure how they did it, but they did. They gave her a trance. And because of all the new hidden dialogue that's been added to the game now, been revealed, well, I should say, she actually contributes to story, she contributes to dialogue, or she contributes to conversations. She's actually there during events, so she's actually there rather than having her appear in a fight and then have her disappear after the fight's over. So that's interesting. Unfortunately, obviously, the Beatrix aspects don't come into play until like way later in the game. I believe not until Disc 3 when you get the Hildegard 3, I think it was called. I think it was after the events of a certain big story plot point in Disc 3. So there's that. What else does this mod do? Trying to remember off the top of my head, because it's been a while since I've actually looked at the logs that this mod brings in. I think I can cover more of the more important aspects of it. There's obviously a lot more that this mod brings in, like the Meguri mod. So, like with the Meguri mod, I'll also leave the link in the description to the mod itself, so you can check it out whenever you want. There's one more thing I want to mention before going into this, because I pretty much cover the more important aspects of the mod and what's going to be impacted. But there's one thing I want to mention. Upon opening up this game, you'll get a launcher, obviously, like most Steam games, and you'll have a bunch of other small little things you can check to you could say enhance your game. There's the speed mode, which we'll be using for fast world map travel and grinding and whatnot. I'll be using that. You can actually turn off the ATB or active time bar. You can actually turn it off and make battle turn-based combat, which is very interesting. I won't be using it, but I will probably use it against Ozma later on, because I'm kind of curious to see how that affects that fight, considering the Ozma fight is pretty unique in itself. So there's that. You also have a bunch of cheats that you can actually use. You have the standard 3 cheats that came with the remaster itself, the level 99, max ability points, and the ability to master all abilities upon equipping new stuff, and your max skill. Obviously, I will not be using those. I've actually disabled those. You can actually disable the cheats in the launcher, so I've disabled those. You can always be in trance. I have that disabled. I'll not be using that. You got max damage, which I will only be using that during grinding sessions. That's it. So that's the only time I'll be using that. It's currently disabled at the moment because obviously I'm not grinding. You can disable something called can't concentrate, which is a thing that that comes into effect in disc 3. Or no. Yeah, disc 3. So, what it does is it fucks up. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it, but it fucks up a certain character for a while. So if you hated that, you can disable that. I have it disabled, obviously, because it's not in play right now, and I probably won't even use it when that comes into play anyway. And there's one other cheat that you can use, which I will be using throughout the entire playthrough, and you can argue whether or not this kind of ruins some of the difficulty, especially with the fact that this mod makes enemies harder, and that is the fact that you can have a 100% steal rate. I don't care what people say. I don't want to sit here in a boss fight trying to steal something, because there's going to be certain weapons, weapons, armor, accessories, and items that I want to steal from enemies and bosses, and some of them can be quite hard to steal and quite annoying, even with the bandit ability, which you don't even get until like way later on. Or was it Master Thief? Whichever it is, it's quite hard to steal some stuff later on. So I don't want to sit on a boss fight for 20, 30 plus minutes trying to steal a certain weapon or a certain armor or a certain accessory. And because I did that in the first playthrough and it sucked. So, this kind of expedites the process, and this also eliminates the fact that I don't have to edit out all the failed steal attempts. So that's the only cheat that I'm going to be using. Again, you can argue that that kind of kills some of the challenge. I don't care. That, for me, that's an annoyance that I'm glad to be rid of. So, yeah. That's the only cheat that I'll actually be using throughout the entire playthrough. But I think that's it. I think that's all I want to talk about. If there's anything else that I might have missed, I will make a mention of it. But all the smaller things, feel free to check out the links. Obviously, my explanations probably don't do them justice. Well, most likely doesn't do the mods justice, but you know, this isn't a deep dive of the mod. This is a playthrough. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So, YouTube should be coming back right about now. So, let's get into this. And since this is on Steam, the controls are kind of fucked. So I kind of gotta edit the controls a little bit. Because right now, X is square. You can see the 30 FPS in play right now. See how smooth it is? Very nice. All right. Oh. Glitch. Why is this glitched out? This was not here before. Hello. This was not here when I tested this out. Oh God. Oh geez, it's like super glitched out. Oh my God, this was not here when I tested this out at all. Alright, hang on. What the fuck? That's weird. Let me, let the candle in the middle of the room. Yeah, this was definitely not glitched out before. Hang on. Let me try restarting this, because this was not a thing before. Alright, that's much better. Apparently, I'm assuming the problem was, apparently I had disabled the Maguri mod itself in the launcher? I'm assuming that was the problem. Not sure how I did that. But, alright, at least it was nothing serious. Hopefully, that's not a precursor to a lot of problems to make another cursed playthrough, like what happened with my Tales of Grace's playthrough. Alright. Sure is dark. Guess nobody's here yet. Alright, controls. I gotta fix the controls because my X button is still square. Backspace. Backspace. Controls. My God, controls. Backspace. Alright. Can't tell. Oh, it's taking the. Oh, it's taking. Why is it reading the Xbox controls? That's annoying. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Camera rotation. Guess that's fine. No! Shit! Okay. Add menu. Menu's up. Okay. Looks like we're still. Looks like we're good to go. For the time being, at least. All right. Light the candle in the middle of the room. Not yet. I'm gonna scrounge around here for some easy stuff. Alright, light the candle. Now, if you're not sure if you installed the mod correctly, the Ultimate Fantasy mod correctly, which is understandable because I didn't install it correctly. Well, I had installed it, but I didn't set it up properly. If you didn't install it properly, I'll explain later, but there are two things to look out for, and they're very early on, within 30 minutes of starting the game. So, I'll point them out to you so you know that you've actually installed it properly. Zidane! It's Zidane. It's me, Zidane! I always called him Zidane, but since taking Japanese courses and learning the Japanese vowel system, yeah, it's not Zidane, it's Zidane. I always hated Zidane, but after taking Japanese 1, well, yeah. As you can see the Maguri mod in effect. Look at the background. It's a huge difference compared to what it used to look like. Hey Zidane, you're sure late. Sorry, so where's the boss? Ain't here yet. Yeah, see, there's the lag right there. Like I said, it's easy to look past. And there's some of the reorchestrated music right there. Now, this is the first thing you want to look out for. It's the fact that the bosses are harder. Enemies are harder, not bosses. Okay. And the UI got made smaller with the mods too, so that's nice. I believe he only had those 3 items. Yeah. Mage Masher is what you want to steal. That's the important one. Yeah, 24 damage right there. Could've sworn it was harder. I'll know for a fact. Well, I could've sworn he was harder. Maybe I don't remember correctly. I'll know for a fact if it's working properly once I get to a certain point. Hey, fools! You're looking a lot better. Okay, Baku. All right, let's start with this meeting already. Yeah, I'll know for a fact if it's working once I get to a certain point, because it's the dialogue that I mentioned between Vivi and Puck. That's completely unmissable. Here's the plan. Tantalus, or Tantalus, whatever you want to call it, the infamous band of daring thieves, that's us, is headed to the Kingdom of Alexandria. Our mission, to kidnap the heir to the throne, Princess Garnet. I'll take it from here, so listen up. Our ship's about to dock at Alexandria. And then when it does, we're gonna put on our costumes. And perform I Wanna Be Your Canary, the most popular play in Alexandria. Break a leg, Marcus, because you're playing the lead. Leave the acting to me. Of course, the real kidnappers will be Blanc and Zidane. I'll distract the audience from backstage of these little buggers. I can't stand Oglops. But I'll manage, so don't worry about me. And that'll be your cue, Zidane. That's when I kidnapped Queen Braun, right? You bet you're gonna kidnap the fat-ass, bug-ugly Queen Braun. And if you do this like 49 more times, you'll get a bit of dialogue, which is kind of interesting. But I'm not gonna do it 50 times. You bet we're gonna kidnap the most babylicious beauty in all of Alexandria, Princess Garnet. Yeah, I'll know for a fact if the mod's working pretty soon. Actually, it might not, because it might not. So let me get past this scene real quick. Like this is all like testing this all out. I think I might have unchecked it by accident when I was relaunching this. So let me get past that. Let me get control of Vivi. And let me try restarting it again. I may not have this working properly. Are you alright? Here, you dropped your ticket. Bye-bye. Okay, kid. Alright. Let me try restarting this again real quick. I might not have installed this properly. Or, not installed this properly. And I might have unchecked it by accident when I was relaunching the game. Okay, so it's checked in the launcher, so it should be working. I could have sworn I remember that fight being a little bit harder. I could have sworn it was, but I'll know for sure if it's actually working properly or not pretty soon. Oh, jeez. Let me do this. Or no. Active, run. Okay. As you notice, the backgrounds look a lot smoother and a lot cleaner than they did in the PS1 version, which is super nice. You run around, getting some small little items to help you along the way. Hello, guy. Guy wants to challenge me to a card match. Too bad I don't have the proper stuff. The heroin statue. I'm good. I don't need to learn. I don't need to learn. Take the potion though. I can go in here. Hey, lady. Don't mind me. I'm scrounging through your stuff. I'm taking your 9 gil. Fang card. Now, I've played this game so many times that I know a lot about this. I know. Well, I don't know where everything is, but I played this so many times that I know the most ins and outs, I should say. Okay, kid. You bumped into me. That's your fault. Honorable Nobles of Trino, Castle Alexandria is this way. And there they go. Go in here and get more items. Gil! Lady, no. Lady, please. Like there's something, yes. More pocket change. Come in here. Not you. No. Alright. Before I talk to any of you, something over here. There it is. You want to make sure you keep a Phoenix Pinion, because you can use it later for new new abilities. That's not until like way later in the game. Always keep one on hand. Can I help you, son? What's showing today? This year's performance is a masterpiece. I Want to Be Your Canary. The Tantalus Company is performing. Tell me about Alexandria. The Kingdom of Alexandria is a fine country ruled by Queen Braun. Thanks for the follow. Oh, no, that's a follow. Thanks, Bat. What's this? There's something odd about this ticket. Why, it's another fake. I've seen so many today. Oh, shit, no! Now, don't cry. I know how you must feel. Here, I'll give you these. Do try to cheer up now. Good, more cards to my debt. Talk to Alleyway Jack to learn more about cards. Good luck, kid. Alright. So, here's the infamous jump rope minigame. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. If you jump rope 100 times, I believe you get a key item, and you'll get something for Magnet later on. pretty soon, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna jump rope 100 times because it's a pain in the ass. Blast it! Hey, you made me a mess, you little klutz. Woo! Woo! That should do it. Well, it's been a long day. I like how he just leaves his ladder there. Hey, you, Shrimp! You're the one with the phony ticket, ain't you? And no, it's not a fake. What are you talking about? Liar! I'll let you see the show if you become my slave. That sounds like that sounds like a... Oh, sure, why not? Alright. Awesome, now you're for your first assignment. You go stand over there and see if anyone's coming. It's clear. Awesome, engage according to mission parameters. I'll make a mention when the hidden dialogue comes into play. Hey, sir. Excuse me, but is your name Alleyway Jack? How do you know my name? If you know who I am, you probably want to challenge me to a card game, huh? What? You don't know how to play? And you want me to teach you? Well, why not? I finished one job already. Follow me, kid. We'll start with the basics. You need 5 cards to play the card game. To play a game, approach someone and press B. I don't have the B button. Some people may not be interested. In that case, move on to someone else. How does the card game proceed? Let's talk about how to actually play the game. You take turns, place your cards on a 4x4 grid with your opponent. Sometimes your opponent's cards flip. That's because on the yellow arrows on the corners and the sides of the cards. If your arrow is facing the direction of your opponent's card, that card becomes yours. But if your opponent's card has an arrow that's facing yours, a card battle begins. What is a card battle? When several arrows face each other, multiple card battles may occur. You can choose whether to begin the card battle when that happens. Where you choose to begin the battle affects how the rest of the battles play out. Let's see. You can also use combos. What's a combo? Okay, I'll teach you the technical stuff now. You gotta be careful during a card battle. If your card wins against the opponent's cards, all the cards facing that card's arrows are yours. That's called a combo. It's a double-edged sword because the same thing happens to you if your card loses against your opponent's card. Try to play a perfect game. What's that? What is the perfect game, you ask? You get one of your opponent's cards if you want when you win. If you flip over all your opponent's cards and play a perfect game, you take them all. Reach for the highest collector's level. What is that? Let me tell you about collector's levels. Check your menu and go to the section entitled Card. You can check your collector's level there. You level up as you collect more cards. Even I don't know what the highest collector's level is. Can we try a game? Let's play. No, I'm not the greatest with Triple Triad. Or not Triple Triad, that's the wrong game. I'm thinking about Final Fantasy 9. Huh. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take a flan. That. Your options are very limited. Or did I say Final Fantasy 9? Final Fantasy 8. Not the greatest cards, but I mean, what can you do? Oh, I hate going first. Yeah, I get it. No! Damn it. Take down the flat. Oh, bullshit. Well, rip that, I guess. I mean, these cards suck to begin with. I'm not too concerned about that. When I have higher state cards, that'll be a different story. But those are weak ass cards. This is the only time where I'm caught Alleyway Jack. I go by other names elsewhere. They're also just aliases, of course. You want to know what my real name? I'll tell you when you get better. Thank you. Okay. Back to the game. Got Puck. What you got? This kid waiting for me. He's probably wondering where the hell I went. Another reason why I'm not concerned about losing is the fact that there's a save file that I'm going to be using, and I'll explain what that file is for in a little while, in the next part when I record. Talk to this kid. My kitten Mittens has ran away. I'll see if I can find your cat. Basically, you gotta find his cat now. Obviously, you don't have to do it, but you'll get a... Oh shit, hang on. That was like off the screen. Oh, what was that off the screen for? Hang on, let me go talk to him once more. Well, let me get the cat. Thought I had the whole game window showing up. I think I might see the problem here. Yeah, I see the problem. Because when I was adjusting the game window in OBS, I wasn't actually in the game. I was in the fucking main menu. And the main menu's shit is smaller than it is the actual game itself. So give me one sec. Let me fix that. There we go. That's a lot better. Now, okay, there we go. A lot better. Now, okay, there we go. I got it set now. Alright. Sorry about that. Ugh. Alright. That's the wrong controller. I'm trying to stay logged in to my... trying to avoid the login keys on 14, so I'm trying to stay logged in while I'm doing this. Oh, you found him. Come here. Thanks. And he runs off. Alright. It's all trial and error. I'm hoping I've got the mod working properly. Because I remember that first fight being a little harder when I tested this out the second time with the mod. Oh shit, don't go in there yet. Hey kid, this is for you. Get a bomb card. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Now we're gonna climb up this tower. It's very dangerous. You go first. I mean, dangerous for you because you're carrying a ladder. I would think it would be dangerous. Aha, there it is. Ow! What was that? The heck was that? Sorry about that. That's a Moogle. That's Koopo. He's a Moogle. Okay. And this is slave number 1. Well, I have a name, you know, I guess I never told him his name, my name. Try to get along, okay? Nice to meet, or pleased to meet you. I'm not gonna say the Koopa sounds. I'm sorry, I entered you in Moogle Diary. If you want to save game onto your save folder, just ask us Moogles. And you can regain health when you have a 10. Okay, I get it. Glad I can help. Alright, time for some upward mobility. Well, so much for going first. Okay, come on up, slave. Hmm? You here? Kupo, you here? Stiltskin, why'd that get up? You leaving? Yeah, and this time I might be away for a long time. I'll miss you. Now, don't you worry, alright. Okay. Well, I'm off. Take care. Oh, and say hi to Mosh and the council for me. Okay, that guy's on an adventure. What was it? Was that a friend of yours? Yes, a very special one. Hey, slave, I thought I ordered you up here. Okay, time to make records. I'm gonna save it. In case Smile is not working properly, because... Alright, save slot 1. There's my test file. There's the file that I'm going to be using in a little bit, which you see, I'll explain in a little bit, so I'll just save it over my test file. Mognet. You want to do Mognet. It opens up a very tedious side quest, but it's very important. I'll tell you about Mognet. Mognet is a mail delivery system between Moogles. We can send and receive letters to and from Moogles in other locations. But delivery has been very sporadic lately, so I want you to help us deliver mail. Sure. I have a favor to ask. A letter to Monty. Up we go. Alright, the play's gonna start if we don't hurry. Come on, get over here. Let me guess, you're afraid of the heights, aren't you? It's okay, just pretend you're on the ground. Come on already, we're running out of time. We're getting close to the point where there's the added bit of dialogue. Not again. Don't worry, it won't fall. I guess it fell. No point in worrying now, right? If you hit these chimneys, you get some more gil. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I don't even know your name. Vivi! So your name's Vivi, huh? Kind of funny name. My name's Puck. Pleased to meet you. Meet ya. You're no... I can say the same to you. Who the fuck names their kid Puck? Get some more gil. So the next bit of dialogue that was added in is next. Assuming it's working properly. It should. I don't know. There's no reason why it shouldn't. But I'll find out in about 5 seconds. Phew! We finally made it. After this, we'll be inside the castle. Right here. This is the bit... Okay, so it's working. This is the bit of dialogue that was added in. And the original... you don't get this dialogue. At this point, you just run straight into the castle. You say, you know, we're running out of time, plays about to start, blah blah blah, and you just run straight in. At least, yeah. This is the first of many dialogue that's added to the game. So, Vivi, is this your first time in Alexandria? Yeah, I bought my ticket from a Moog wearing a hat. Bad luck. If I ever find that move, I'll hurt him plenty. Thanks. Alright, just a little farther until we see the stage. And this is when the game normally takes off. So, it should be working, which is weird because I remember that fight being harder. Maybe it was the upcoming fight that I was thinking about. Yeah, see how the dial is like slightly off? It's probably because of the fact this is not these movies are now in 30 FPS. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's performance is a story that takes place long, long ago. Our heroine, Princess Cornelia, is torn from her lover, Marcus. She attempts to flee the castle and to be captured by her father, King Leo. When our story begins, Marcus, having heard of this, crosses swords with the king. And now, your royal majesty, Queen Braun, your highness, Princess Garnet, noble ladies and lords, and our rooftop viewers, Tantalus proudly presents I Want to Be Your Canary. There's more reorchestrated music. Bereft the father, bereft the mother. Marcus, thou hast lost everything thy love. Our fortune hath escaped thee. For what end shalt thou live? For the sake of our friend, let us bury our steel in the heart of this wretched King Leo. Aye! This is all auto. I had no control over this text. This dialogue. Gonna have to read it. We shall back thee, kinsman. You gotta kind of read it fast. Oh, this is... Oh, I can actually control this time. Pray, sheath thy sword. This building is mine alone. Nay, kinsman. For I too have lost a brother to this fiend. What a ho! Out, vermin, away! Thou darest bear thy steel sword before the king? All who stand in my way will be crushed! Treacherous Leo, my kinsman's suffering shall not be in vain, for I shall instruct thee in his incomparable pain! Maybe it was this part that I was thinking about that was harder. Now, obviously, since you put on a play, you can't actually steal. He has nothing to steal anyway. But you have fake spells. Hideo, you know, we're putting on a play, so you know, gotta amuse the crowd. I think this is Flare, or no? I think it's Fire. It's Firaga. This is Meteor, obviously. It's funny how they're being damaged by like special effects. There's the fake Holy. Gee, Yeah, okay. There's a difficulty in play. Yeah, it was this fight that I was remembering. Marcus is dead. I have a fake meteor. Taste steel. Eat that. There's no sense of wasting an item to get Marcus up. There's no, you don't get no XP out of this anyway. Jesus Christ. He's wounded. Thou hast not seen the last of me, Marcus. Come back, come back. Out of the way, Blanc. Consider this the dawn. Prince Schneider were to marry Princess Cornelia. Peace would reign over both their kingdoms. 'Tis foolishness. If all were so easy, why none would suffer in this world. Okay. Alright, time for one of my least favorite minigames in the whole game. And let's see what kind of controls I'm gonna get stuck with. Yeah, I'm stuck with PC controls. For some reason it's reading keyboard controls, not my controller controls. So yeah, this will be great. Let's see if I can get it first try. It doesn't matter if I don't get it. The purpose of this is to impress 100 nobles. And I don't think I will. So give it a try at least. Nope, see, I already fucked up. Fuck that. Doesn't matter anyway. I'll explain a little once I'm after this. Come back here. We'll finish this. Oh, I read that out. I read that out of order. We'll finish this later. Come back here. Oh, good. I pressed 61. That was great. So basically, you want to press all 100, and that means you gotta do flawless. You gotta get every command done properly, and you gotta make the battle as smooth as possible. You can't take too long, otherwise you're gonna fuck up. So by pressing all 100 nobles, you'll get 10,000 gil, which is pretty nice very early on in the game. And you'll also get a moonstone, which is an accessory that you can equip for abilities, and I believe a future spell, and I think a summoning later in the game. I'm not too concerned about it right now, and I'll explain in a little while. No, I don't want to perform. Yeah, if you did it properly, you would have gotten 10,000 gil right there. And I'll explain why I'm not concerned about it. Which I probably shouldn't need to explain if you saw the save file. Finish changing, Zidane. Yeah, but this helmet... it kind of smells. What are you talking about? My helmet totally reeks. My armor's way too big. My back's real itchy. The boots are wet. Why are the boots wet? What the hell? Was he swimming? My gloves are all slimy. There's cookie crumbs in my pockets. Okay, I get the picture. You still have the package, right? Don't worry, I won't screw up. I didn't even know suits of armor had pockets, to be honest with you. Alright, first I'll go pour some of the sleep potion into Princess Garnet's teacup. And I've got a special something for the lovely queen. They're sleeping so soundly. According to the recon, the royal seats should be right above these stairs. Got it. Uh-oh, the scene where Margaret sneaks into Cornelia's chamber is about to start. Let's get this over with before the finale, okay? Alright, away we go. She sure is dressed funny. Would you please let me pass? Let's examine her. Let's see. Is there something on my face? Oh no, you see? I just thought maybe you were the one I'd been waiting for all this time. Excuse me? You were waiting for me? Yeah, I've dreamt of meeting you here ever since I was born. Do you mock me? No, of course not. Then I shall take my leave of you. Just a sec. Haven't we met before? That sounds so cliche. No, I do not know you. Maybe you're right. I never let someone as pretty as you get away. Say, you wouldn't. Hey, what's going on, Zidane? I must go. Who the heck was that? Get up, Long-Toss Princess Garnet. Are you serious? We're in trouble. I am not gonna read both the twins' dialogue. It's annoying. This is terrible. Our heads Queen Braun will have. Or we must hurry. One's channeling the essence of Yoda. Except he's red, not green. He's doing the Yoda impression all wrong. We're in trouble. He's doing the Yoda impression perfectly, but he's not the right color. The right way, that is not. I know it is not the right way. Really, do you? I really do. Wonder I just sometimes do. Now is not the time to wonder. Hurry to Queen Braun, must we? Oh my god. That is not the right way. Not the right way, I know. Do you really? No, I really do. I really wonder sometimes. The time to wonder is not now, it is not. We must hurry and tell Her Majesty. Your Majesty! See the Queen, we must! Her Majesty is busy, come back later. Is it an emergency? An emergency it is! A veritable emergency of terrible urgency. Very well, I'll see what I can do. Very grateful we'll be. Curse that Beatrix, always trying to one-up me. So what exactly is the problem? Her Royal Highness, Princess Garnet, is in danger. I see. Wait right there. No interruptions. Can't you see I'm watching the show? Your Majesty, I'm afraid Princess Garnet has... Ah, yes. She did leave her seat a while ago. Your Majesty, it seems that Princess Garnet has run off with the royal pendant. They didn't say that. They just said that she was in danger. Where did she get the fact that where did she get the idea that she ran off? Well, of all the... What could she be thinking? General Beatrix, Your Majesty. And Captain... Poor Steiner. Captain Steiner! Yes, Your Majesty. Go find Garnet. At once, Your Majesty. Yes, my queen. Lord. That's a Pluto! Assemble! Huh? No one heard your call. Where is everybody? Captain, sir. All present and accounted for, sir. What are you talking about? There's only 2 of you. Where are the other 6? Why, you useless good-for-nothings? I bring orders from the Queen. Get dressed and go find the Princess Garnet. Alright, so basically, at this point, if you press 100 nobles, you gotta go back up and talk to Queen Braun, and she'll give you the Moonstone. You have to do this now, because if you go any further, you'll miss out on your chance, and you'll be lost forever. Especially if you're going for achievements or trophies or whatever you're trying to go for, because I believe there are 4 Moonstones in the game in total, and you get a trophy or an achievement for getting all 4 of them. So, go grab it. And now I'll explain why I'm not concerned about it this time. Concerned about it right now, because this save file is not going to be used. This save file right here. This is the file that I'm going to be using, because when I was going through the test a couple weeks ago, I already went ahead and did the stupid sword play minigame, and I pressed the 100 nobles. As you can see, I already got the Gil, and I've already got the Moonstone. So, I already went through the effort doing that, so I wouldn't have to do it later. So that's why I said I'm going to be using that. So, yeah. With that being said, this is a good place to end the first part. So when we come back, we'll have a load up the other save file, and then we will proceed further. It's also a good place to start, because I gotta throw all those parts together in my software anyway to fix all the screw-ups. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part. Later.